Well, a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Aquatic Ballpark. Luke Eisenhower here, ready to call all the action in second grade, and joining me is a very good friend in Alex Molchanoff. Welcome back to Aquatic.
Nice to be back with you, Luke. What a day we've got. No rain, little winds. It's
A little bit of wind.
good streaming conditions for us, and good weather for baseball this Saturday afternoon as Manly try and keep their unbeaten record at home going in second grade this year.
That's it. One big win in their first game the other week against MacArthur, 22-3. 13 runs scored in the first inning of that one. Manly's lineup, if you want to read... Oh, sorry, we'll start with Cronulla's lineup, the batting order for Cronulla.
We've got Callum Murray playing centre and batting in the leadoff spot. Colm Sheen's behind batting in the 2-hole. Emrys Mulvihill hitting 3. Mitchell Driver hitting clean-up. Daniel Cummings in the 5 spot. Roland Angel hitting 6. Lewis Mercier.
Lewis Mercier, yeah, that's that.
In the 7 spot. Luke Lawson hitting 8th, and Liam Kavanagh hitting 9th for Cronulla.
For the Manly defensive lineup, Jackson Taylor's in left, Adam O'Neill centre, Gabriel Mateu in right, and then around the infield, Timmy Fale at third, Aidan Patterson at short. Kane Flew at second base. You heard him during the 18s earlier today, so big thanks to Kane and Jackson for looking after the stream of the 18s this morning. Will Tibbett at first base. Anthony Krajancic out of retirement will catch this afternoon with a couple of catches unavailable. And we are one pitch, one out with Callan Murray flying out to left field to start us off. And the pitcher is Connor Clark.
And that's exactly the way you wanted to get it started. Finding the zone, one pitch, one out. Efficient start for the afternoon.
Mate, if you go 27 pitches and 27 outs, that's a very good day out.
First in this Cronulla lineup, see if they stay in that theme of being hungry early in the count and is able to locate early, force them into being aggressive early in the count. A tough afternoon at the office, but have a bit of a habit of conceding a few too many runs over the course of the year so far. It was out to the right side and fair.
Long run for Gabriel Mateu all the way to that corner that we spoke to, and it's actually gone into the Cronulla Sharks bullpen, so a stand-up double, ground rule double for Colm Sheehan. And Cronulla, they are continuing to come out swinging.
Good approach there, happy to take the ball the other way as well. High pitch, but still even pitch that would have been called a strike. And he allowed it to go past him. Good hack. Good stuff in this game for Cronulla. They're a runner in scoring position with just one out.
Top of the zone there to the next hitter in the lineup, which is Emrys Mulvihill, the shortstop for the Sharks. A nice pitch fired in there for a strike. Right side to Kane Flew. He has trouble with it. Try and still get it over there, but it won't be in time. A bit of a aquatic hop there for Kane Flew, Alex.
Yeah, the ball hit hard, but it's regulation play until they actually catch the little intersection between the dirt and the grass. Might have given it an unkind hop. Kind of disappointed with that though. That's a pretty regulation play. Instead of having a runner on third with 2 out, stuck with just the 1 out, and now a chance to steal.
And the first time since probably the late 2000s, Anthony Krajancic, legs of Emrys Mulvihill. TK, of course, championship winner back in 2009. Has been part of the coaching staff as the catching coach for the last couple of years under the guidance of head coach Timmy Clark. Outside corner, finds the zone.
He's going for his hard stuff. Hitting his spots. Experienced catcher behind the plate will be able to guide him through the game.
Well, it's the best kind of catch you can have, really. You know, young 18, 19-year-old pitcher is a couple of championship winners actually out there with Connor Clark, part of that 18s championship team from last year, and TK, the last time he probably played, he was lifting a trophy as well. So a very good battery, championship winning battery, you could say. Fires in the 2-2. Driver punches at that one. It flies out of play. Connor Clark, 21 and a third on the season so far. He's carried the bulk of the workload. He started all 5 games previous today, so start number 6 for him. Manly just 1 win and 4 losses. That one will dump into right field in front of Gabriel Mateu. Molefield being waved home, and the throw will come back into the middle of the infield. So 2 early runs here for Cronulla as they continue to attack Connor Clark. And a bunch of these Cronulla players would remember Connor from last year as they've graduated out of their under-18s. It was Cronulla that Manly beat last year in the 18s grand final. So there will be plenty of knowledge coming out of those scouting reports for Cronulla. And Connor Clark, they know exactly what to expect. Outside corner, down for ball 1.
The only problem when he stayed down in the zone early is that Cronulla hitters are getting to those ones elevated out over the plate. I'm just trying to follow secondary stuff yesterday. Quite happy to zone in. Back that fastball.
Came flew with the backhand toss to Aiden Patterson and then over to first base to get Daniel Cummings. Driver retired on the first leg. Cummings retired on the second. And Manly get out of the first. Cronulla striking early. They put up 2. And we'll see how Manly respond when they come up to bat. They will come up like this. If I can get it going. Alex, read us the Manly batting lineup. No! Now you can do it. No, here we go. There you go.
Aiden Patterson is hitting the first up. Tim Vale will be in the 2 spot. Kane Flew, just where he played second base. He's hitting third. Jack Taylor is in the clean-up spot. Will Tibbett hitting fifth. Adam O'Neill, the centre fielder today, in 6 hole. Anthony Cranich is behind the plate. Ash Roberts DHing and Gavin Mateu out in right field, filling the 9th hole.
The Cronulla Sharks, Luke Mawson in left, Callum Marram in centre field, Liam Kavanagh over in right. And around the infield, Mitch Driver at third base, Emrys Molefield at shortstop, Daniel Cummings at second, and Ryland Angel at first. The catcher is Colm Sheehan, and the starting pitcher, Lewis Mercia for Cronulla. And it's Krajancic, mate. There was just the IC was cut off the end of that note. Would hope so.
Saw the Manly bats explode here a couple of weeks ago early on. I'll be hoping that home comforts see them do the same thing again today.
Well, MacArthur scored the first run of that ball game in the first inning.
Yep.
Also, probably have to keep it on forward for a while, mate, while this wind's
passes
around. So hopefully, we see something similar. Lewis Mercia, though, no slouch up there on the mound. Plenty of experience for the lefty. Just tuning in, this is the 3rd game of the day. We had the under-18s on earlier, going down 11-0. 3rd grade had to settle for a draw, scoring late in that one to tie it up at 3-3. They had a chance in the 8th, but couldn't quite pull it off. Their 2nd win of the year. They'll be going for 3 straight this evening. First pitch to Aiden Patterson inside for ball 1. Patterson in the lead-off hole after coming out of that successful under-18s team last year, straight into the 2nd grade squad. Didn't want to go via 3rd grade with his dad. Just the 3 hits from his 13 at bats so far, batting 231 on the season.
Be more to Broidy's brother than his dad, wouldn't it?
Well, could have been an all-family affair down there, but may have lost out some pitching time with his brother and a few other arms down there. 3 RBI for Patterson, all 3 of them coming against MacArthur. Manly struggled to score runs in the first 3 games before that, and then only managed 2 runs last week against Greater Western.
Good patient approach is what you want to see from your leadoff hitter. Give the guys behind him opportunity to see as much as they can in this first at bat. Count 4. Ooh, and a generous call on the outside corner. Hit his spot. Rewarded by the umpire. First strikeout of the afternoon to Lewis Messiah.
That umpire, Brandon Lee, behind home plate. James Marwini up along first base. We'll see them in the reverse roles for first grade at 6 o'clock tonight. I'll tell you what, mate, third grade struck out 13 times. So Manly won't want a repeat performance of that here in second grade. First pitch of Timmy Fales, inside corner for a called strike.
Well, this is not a guy who keeps the bat on his shoulder.
6 hits, all of them singles so far. Driven in 2. He scored 3. Manly scoring 30 runs on the season. So you take out that 22 from MacArthur, it's only 8 outside of that. They've walked 29 times, struck out 35, so not bad numbers in your walk to strikeout ratio. You'd like your walks to be a little bit higher than strikeouts, but the way pitching is these days, pitchers do tend to dominate. Right side, it's going to get out of play.
Oh, he actually had room in the end there, Luke.
It was in play, wasn't it? Maybe a missed opportunity there for Ryland Angel.
He had plenty of room over there. Just getting nervous. It's a tough fence here at Aquatic. It's that little half fence, so you go crashing into it.
Three-quarter fence.
It hurts you in an area where
it'll be straight,
you don't want to be running in.
Straight in the ribs.
It's tough as well. You don't get that visual that you get from the high fences around some of the ballparks around the league. Second chance for Timmy Fale.
Almost fell for it. The big loop. Smart enough to let it go. Timmy Fale just called time. Maybe a little bit of dirt. So he goes down and scrapes some more. Hacks at that one, but that's how to play again. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The girls had a good win last night, 17-7 over Ryde. Their first win in a couple of weeks after a couple of washouts and a loss. That one on the ground for out number 2.
Just a piece of defensive hitting from Tim Fale, and that aquatic bounce not being quite as kind to the Manly 2-hole hitter.
It's too early for an aquatic bounce. Scotty Lahesi got eaten up by 1 earlier, and then, as we saw by the 4 errors committed by Cronulla, they had their fair share of troubles as well. Although 2 of them were throwing errors, as opposed to fielding errors.
Still affects your footing as you're
Yeah,
trying to crow up towards first base.
affects your bounce. Kane Flew, just his second appearance in second grade. Started the year in first grade with a few bodies still unavailable. Jalen Ray, Luke Donaghy, both away at different parts at the start of the season. Injury to Kenny Nato. Giving Kane a chance up in first grade for the first couple of weeks, and then came back to second grade last week. Went 2 for 3. Drove in 2 of the 3 runs that Manly scored last week on a walk and a strikeout. It's up in the zone, and it's going to be a 4-pitch walk, so
Almost pitching around him there. There's not too much that Kane Flew had to.
He's been so good in second grade
exactly
all
right.
season. You know, batting with a 660 average, OPS of 14.
You would be pitching around a guy like that.
His name's not Shohei Ohtani.
No,
He may be left-handed.
A bit more crouched in the stance than Shohei.
He's about 3 foot shorter.
Yeah.
See what Jackson Taylor can deliver. He had a massive day against MacArthur a fortnight ago. 4 for 5, bunch of ribbies, couple of runs scored. Was the Demo Brothers Demolition Player of the Week. Found that one off for week 4. Matsuo picking up the honours in week 5 after 7 innings of 1-run ball, striking out 7. His best performance of the year brought his ERA down from 11 down to 7.2.
That's the Leo we're more used to seeing, right, Luke?
That's it.
Guy who's just in control of everything.
That one pulled to the left side. Mulville over to it casually, and he makes a good throw across the diamond. Tall kid, Emrys Mulville. And he makes the third out over to first, retiring Jackson Taylor. Manly go down with just the one base runner. And we head to the second with Cronulla leading 2-0.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Top of the second, Cronulla looking to extend that 2-run lead they put up in the first. Ryan Angel, the first baseman, stepping in. Connor Clark giving up a couple of runs in the first. Didn't get too much help from his infield. Just a ground ball that got through the second baseman.
Yeah, Ohtani wouldn't have done that.
That's right. It's been a lot of hard stuff, and it's been good when it's been located low in the zone. And swings through, strike 3. So good start. Oh no, strike 2. Getting a little ahead of myself. Angel Mercia due up in this second inning. Then there's strike 3 as he gets him on the 5th pitch of the at-bat. So a good start to second innings work for Connor Clark. Oh, he's got his opposition pitcher stepping into the box, Lewis Mercia, for a scoreless first. Just the one base runner. Settling in, and that's popped up. Looking to be taken by the shortstop, Aiden Patterson, who settles underneath it. And makes it 2 very quick outs to start the second inning. Manly looking for a quick recovery inning after giving up those 2 runs in the first. The old pitcher is going the right way about it. Finding the zone, being aggressive, hasn't gone away from that game plan despite finding plenty of bats in the first inning. And he's straight in the zone for strike one to Luke Mawson. Playing left field for Cronulla this afternoon. That ball's grounded to the left side. Patterson over to field it, takes it cleanly. Throw over to first is in time, and it's a very quick top of the second for Connor Clark and the Manly Eagles, who, after 1.5, still trail at 2 runs to 0.
Was it just like in a draw that got him away the first 3 weeks of the year? You weren't here. Right. It kind of was because it's still 11. Right. Okay. Right. Taking romance.
Bottom of the second, and we will stay away from that camera for a minute. And then as soon as you click off, mate, it comes back. So try your luck if you want. Lewis Mercia back out for inning number 2. Manly with the 1-2-3 to end the top half. And it will be Will Tibbett, the lefty, to start it. Takes ball 1.
Impressed with the attitude of Connor Clark in that second inning. He stayed close to the zone. I know he's gone through the middle part of the order, but got a little bit unlucky with infield failing to make a play, a couple of unearned runs, and wasn't discouraged by that whatsoever. Aggressive finding the zone and forcing weak contact.
Sometimes all it'll take, mate, one little bounce, it doesn't go your way. As that one bounces right near us. It gets out of play.
That light breeze is just blowing in from centre field a little bit, perhaps a little bit from right. It's very light at the moment though.
Yeah, it's just been
consistent
on and off all day so far today, which is obviously causing havoc with the centre field camera. Is Will Tibbett back up the middle. Mulfield, how's that for a read of the aquatic bounce? He was all over that. That looked like it was just going to centipede all the way into centre field, and it stayed down and then kicked up right at the last minute as it got to the dirt. And a nice read by Mulfield on that. Stayed with it the whole way. Just couldn't get his throw over to first base in time.
I don't think there'd be any scorer on earth cruel enough to give that as an error. After making the play and getting his glove on that ball, which you're right, Luke, took an egregious hop for an infielder.
I did spend 2.5 years coaching down at Bonnet Bay. And they do have the Bonnet Bay bounce down there.
There's experience with it.
In saying that, though, Cronulla are now at Phil Austin.
Yes.
So
a little bit cleaner down there.
It's not as aesthetic coming off the tongue. Aquatic Hawk, Bonnet Bay bounce. Phil Austin pop, maybe? Adam O'Neill the hitter now for Manly. Sparing a pair, not red though, so it may not make him run faster.
Made him swing faster. That head was well and truly gone by the top ball had entered the zone.
He's looking to crush that one out of Aquatic.
3 hits in that big win over MacArthur. 1 hit last week, so he's 4 for 12. He went from 0 to a 300 batting average in the space of 2 weeks. He's ahead in the count here, 3-1. Or is he? No, it's 2-2.
2-2 I got.
Yeah, and so do I actually.
There we go.
In my head,
Not
I had
trusting
it.
yourself, Luke.
Well, it's very rare that I get the count right. I had it wrong in my head, but I had it right on the scoreboard. And
He's got to shorten up that swing. Try and put something in play here.
now the count runs full.
Messiah's been happy to go with that big looping curveball to try and get some looking strikeouts. He's working the first inning. The guys in the middle of the order have seen it. Just keen to bite. But it's hard and high, and it walks Adam O'Neill. Manly have runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second.
And for the veteran, TK, Anthony Krajancic.
That's where Timmy Clark will be wanting one of the experienced guys to stand up. Doesn't need to do anything too complicated here. There's a couple of runs out there. Just need to put the ball in play.
I'll tell you what, mate. He started back playing minor league a couple of years ago. You can still hit. Even the last couple of years, just being here as a coach, he hasn't, had the wildest dreams of coming back and playing. But he's still here. Take batting practice at the end of the session. Get his hacks in.
Wasn't too much wrong with that swing. Just a little late coming around on it.
See how he goes in his first game back in Manly colours in some 10 odd years. Certainly the first game he's played since I've been here, and that was... Well, we won't worry about that because that's ripped into left field all the way into the corner. That's going to score 1. Adam O'Neill's quick. He's going to touch third and come home and score run number 2. And Anthony Krajancic has his first hit back in the maroon and white, and it's going to tie this ball game here in the second. 2 big runs for Manly. It's a 2-2 game. That's kind of how third grade went. Maybe a little bit later in the game it was 2-2. But it's 2-2 here early on the RBI double, 2-run double by Anthony Krajancic.
Using all his experience there because he's beaten by something hot. He's happy to shorten his swing. Saw that the curveball was coming down at him and just golfed it into left.
You're right, Matt. It was a kind of up and under looping golf shot, wasn't it? But there was plenty of barrel on it because that hit terra firma and it took off and got all the way to the fence. A long run for Luke Mawson out there to retrieve the ball. Ash Roberts will now try and drive TK in from second.
Talk about another experienced guy. Lost his head a little on that. Actually a bit ahead of that one.
It's a very Adam O'Neill-like
yes.
swing, that one.
Not something you used to see from Ash. It's usually pretty compact through the strike zone.
Sporting the ankle guard today after crushing one off his ankle last Saturday. That one's lifted into left field. Mawson with an easier job this time to make the catch. Yeah, Roberts was playing in a scrimmage game against the Manly Senior League side last Saturday. Manly with the game against Greater Western on Sunday, and he chopped one into his ankle and was hobbling around all afternoon. So 1 away here in the bottom of the second for Gabs Matayu. Another player, part of that squeeze in first grade with players coming into the club, players coming back to the club. Max Miotto and the Chapel boys, Nick and Hayden coming across from Borkham Hills. Can't hold his swing back, Gabs, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Gabs is a guy who had a really good record in first grade for a couple of years back from memory as well.
Well, no, it was last year.
Last year,
He had a big bounce back here last year. He struggled the year before. I think only just hit over $1. But came back last year. Not only swung the bat well, but also played plus defense. Threw out a couple of runners at home and was right in the reckoning for State League first grade outfielder of the year. Was a nomination for the award. Just couldn't quite convince the rest of the State League that an outfielder batting in the 9-hole obviously wasn't scary enough for them, even though he did hit 340 the year before. And he was going to draw the walk.
Nice little asset for Timmy Clark to have hiding in the 9 spot today.
That's it. Turns the lineup over. Exactly what your 9-hole hitter. And they say in baseball, don't walk the 9-hole. So Manly respond here with 2 runs. They've still got a chance to maybe get 1 or 2 more if they're smart and they can string another couple of hits here together or another couple of good, strong at-bats. Called strike fight in to Aiden Patterson.
Aiden was patient his first at-bat. He needs to get the bat off his shoulder now. He's seen a lot of fastballs, stuff that's been in the zone. Now's the time to trust your talent, young man.
And that one's going to maybe drop. It does drop into right centre field. Over for it is Marum. They'll only have 1 play, and that'll be to get it back into the infield as soon as possible. Both TK and Gabs had to freeze just for a moment to make sure it was dropping. You never can be too sure. So they're only able to move up 90 feet. But Manly with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
That's what we were asking Aiden to do. Did exactly that. Good piece of hitting. Ball that was low in the zone. Just had to scoop it out there. Got enough on it.
Timmy Fowler tried to make it 6-2 with that swing.
Oh, and a throw that's got away from the pitcher.
Probably not when you want Krajančić from third.
I mean, he did motor into second.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Standing double.
Can only ask so much.
It's not as if he just hit it and was satisfied with 1. He was hustling. That one, Timmy Fowler's going to have to get up there, and he will. And Manly get the run on the fielder's choice. And they're back in the lead, just like that. Just where you want to be.
Benefit of stringing hits together. Simple thing to say, but that's what the Manly lineup have been able to do. It's something they've struggled to do this year at different times, not at home.
And it's a lot easier to string hits together with none out or 1 out as opposed to trying to do it with 2 out. That's the situation, though, they find themselves in now. 2 out, runners on the corners. Timmy Fowler, who doesn't mind stealing a base. See if he tries to test the arm of Cole Sheehan. But he does have the lefty on the mound, so...
Saw a couple of those in third grade, didn't we, guys? Going on first move.
Yep.
Making their way up to second. Risky spot here.
Rarely do you see them get away with it twice. Once, maybe. You don't usually see people get away with it twice. Kane flew, though. He's ahead 3-0 here. Tell you what, mate, I might have to go get my jacket out of my car
That
in the
sounds
next innings break.
Oh, good, Luke.
I do have a pair of pants for going out later tonight. Maybe I'll throw them on as well.
Kane Flu's got plans to extend this inning, though.
And he does.
4-ball walk.
Nice patient at bat by under 18's commentator, Kane Flew.
Second walk of the day.
Manly, they are taking the good at-bats here, and that's going to see the Cronulla manager come out. Jamie Choate, just to have a word with his starting pitcher.
Well, it's so tidy. Luke Messia's work in the first inning, but he's gone away from his off-speed stuff, which was deceiving some of the Manly hitters. So it was because they'd started to cotton on to that early in the second, and now the bats for Manly are starting to come to life. Krajančić got the rally started, if you like. And that little golf shot over ahead of the left fielder Mawson. And from there, guys just took string good at bats together, been able to get on base, whether that's through base hits or taking the 4 balls and getting up there Moneyball style.
Well, it's kind of the perfect response you want, right? You fall behind early, and then you get a couple of runners on, and then all of a sudden you get the legend in TK come up and shows that he's definitely still got it. There's been rumours circling that he may one day make this appearance, and you can put it in the book, 26th of October 2024.
And making an impact as well.
Well, that's it.
Nice.
He's been working hard with the catches over the last couple of years. His first at bat, he might be happy just to retire now. You know,
Quit while you're ahead.
get to the 3rd inning, put the under-18s catcher in, and go back up to the Joey's bar and enjoy a couple of hard-earned 7th-day XPAs. Up and away. Jackson Taylor working hard here. Trying to get this extra run in any way he can. 3-1 the count. And he does. He draws the walk. Bases loaded walk. Manly put up a big full spot. Something rare for Manly in this game. A bunch of left-handed hitters. And Timmy Clark has gone lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty.
Guess the left-handed pitcher as well. Bearing fruit. Always said it was easy to hit from that side of the plate anyway, Luke.
I can do it. But I tend to wait until we're up 20-0.
Yeah, I was about to say. What game situation do you find yourself doing that?
Inside for ball 2, so Mercy are really struggling here. It's up to 54 pitches.
This is the thing for young pitchers, isn't it? Getting hit around a bit, suddenly the command goes. It really is a battle. If he does get out of this inning, it is a really impressive effort for a youngster. His command's departed him somewhat.
In
That's
there
a good
for
pitch.
a strike. Sometimes the best thing to do is just throw it down the middle and hope they miss.
Well, the Manly lineup haven't, which is part of the reason I think he was doing that a little bit in the first inning. There's some good spots hit, but now he's done an overthrow. Just see him losing his head a little bit there as he comes towards home plate.
Obviously, you pick your batters who you do it to.
Yes.
You're definitely not going to throw it down the middle of TK
No.
or an Ash Roberts.
Well, and he didn't there, to be fair. You know,
No, it
TK's
was a good
particular
pitch.
was not a bad pitch whatsoever.
But that's, you know,
No, he's
a couple
walked.
100 games of club experience, couple of championships. And Timmy Farr will cross the plate, and that will be all for Lewis Mercia here. He's going to come out just an inning and 2/3 of 56 pitches. And Manly, they put 5 on the board here in the second inning. See how many they can get once we come back after the pitching change.
It's completely started. That's it. Well, and he just started overthrowing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the new pitcher for Cronulla is Daniel Cummings. Messi has gone to right field. Looking to get out of this inning, Cronulla. Got 5 runs. The Eagles' bats have been hot. I'll play a couple of walks towards the end. You can see his stint on the mound. Adam O'Neill to the plate for his second go around in this inning. He smashes that one into centre field. Is he going to get down? It does. And there's going to be a couple score here. No, just the one. Blue comes around from third to score. Everybody advances everyone else advances just the 90 feet, but it's 6 runs to 2 for the Manly Eagles. Good piece of hitting from Adam O'Neill off the new pitcher. Not on, don't worry. Oh well, they saw it.
So Daniel Cummings, the new pitcher, and straight away Manly go to work with Adam O'Neill. Just dropping one in front of the centre fielder, Marum, to keep this inning going. Alex.
Yeah, it was a good piece of hitting. 2-strike count again. Manly have been able to swing the bats well in those counts in this inning.
Tell you what, mate, not the guy you want to be facing fresh out of the pen.
No. One of the biggest bats in this Manly second grade lineup. Comes back around to the guy who got it all started. 2 RBI double. Leveled the scores. Manly now leading at 6-2. It's low and very well blocked by Sheehan behind the plate. Suddenly his job's getting a little bit more difficult.
But TK didn't think he'd have 2 at-bats in one inning when he got told the news.
Barely got to sit down either. He was on the bases for a while.
He was. That one hit left, deep, back, and that is just short of the fence. It looked like it was out for a second, but he's got 5 RBI in the inning. He drives in all 3 base runners. Adam O'Neill comes around to score, and we almost had ourselves a grand slam, but I'm sure TK will be happy with a double because he doesn't have to go the rest of the way around just yet. And Manly blowing this game open. It's now 9-2. And the bases, well, they were full. TK stands at second.
And you thought Mawson might have learned his lesson. After the first time, he was still playing in.
He was very shallow.
And Cummins throws the fastball, and he was all over it, Krajancic.
Maybe just a little bit up the handle.
It's like he never left.
What a player to pull out and fill in. Whoa, Ash Roberts goes hard at that one.
Inspired by the guy ahead of him.
That's right. He's trying to hit the next one out. Took a big daddy hack in his first at-bat.
She's not been held on either. Have a look at that.
2-1 here to Roberts. So I just went. Had a wardrobe change.
Oh, and that got him.
No, just missed him. Ooh. Just missed him. He did a Chris Hurley there. Chris Hurley had something similar in his game.
That was mighty close. You can't tell me that didn't catch a fibre of fabric on Ash Roberts' left sleeve there. Takes ball full anyway. Ball doesn't lie, Luke.
The ball does not lie. Tell you what though, Chris Hurley lies. We found that out tonight. Well, he doesn't lie. He just gets the truth worked his way.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, well, I have to wait.
So Gaz Mateu, his second at bat. His first one coming in this inning.
Doesn't it give you confidence going coming to the plate in this situation? Just have that freedom to swing the bat on. There's no pressure on. Guys ahead of you are in good hitting form.
Team just scored 9 runs.
Pitch is probably a little bit rattled. Exactly right.
You can go out there, maybe swing at a pitch you might not normally.
Saw Gap do there. First pitch. still get ahead in the count.
Saw the big hack from Roberts as well. Nice spit down away for Gabs. With that one.
Are we starting to think there's two different Manly second grade teams? One who play away from home and one who turn up at Aquatic. 9 runs today. It's more than they've scored away from home all year.
They scored twice as many runs in one inning than they had all year against MacArthur 2 weeks ago, as Gabs Antonio does draw the walk. And for the second time in this inning, Manly turn the lineup over back to the leadoff man, Aidan Patterson.
That's probably the difference between the grades, isn't it? The first grade guys with a little bit more experience, better stuff, more trust in their abilities on the mound, able to get out of innings like this. Second, they really have struggled to throw strikes.
Patterson with the pitcher struggling, hacks at the first pitch, and he'll fly out to right field, and the Cronulla nightmare finally comes to an end for them. Manly, big 9 spot, and 5 RBI for Anthony Krajancic in the 1 inning. We'll head to the third. Manly on top, 9-2.
BJ, how you doing, man? Not too bad. Long time no see. You alright? Yeah.
A little broadcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Good.
What's up with work? What are you doing for a job?
On SEN radio.
Just transfer the money later.
Yeah, sports broadcast and stuff, talk radio.
Okay.
That sort of stuff. So,
SEN Radio.
SEN. No.
Where's that?
it's in North Sydney. One of the apps there. And we're on still got an old AM radio, 1170.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Yeah. Okay. So it's not online. It's normally it's AM as well.
It's everywhere.
Well, I think one of them might be a fucker. Sorry,
Is
I'll
it?
just whack that on there.
Podcast
On there?
everything now as well.
There we go.
Top of the third, Mulchi, and it's 9-2 Manly. Connor Clark back out after a...
Hasn't his situation changed?
Oh, massively. This is the kind of lead you like to come into. Ooh!
That's a stinger.
That'll hurt it for a second. You're talking about the Jekyll and Hyde of Manly second grade at the moment. There's one other little fact to go with that.
Go for it.
Wind.
Yeah?
The last 2 games we've played at home have been windy days. The other 3, I mean, I can't speak for the 3 games that I was still overseas for, but so maybe my fact is a little bit off out of whack. Strike 3. No, strike 2. 2 and 1. Now 2 and 2. I think it might be a wind factor.
Yeah?
Yeah. Ooh, straight back. Connor put his glove up, but it missed. And Liam Kavanagh, the 9-hole hitter, gets himself aboard.
Good piece of hitting. You can't fault that. You get a ball that's out over the plate, and you're able to just throw it back right where it came from. Disappointing from Clark. Couldn't find the put-away pitch after a couple of really good ones to get him in a 2-strike spot. There's been some good 2-strike hitting from both teams in this ball game so far.
That one lifted. There's a man there. Whoop.
Nope.
Jackson Taylor with the catch to record out number 1. There he is.
Casual.
Well, I think he was under it and maybe just lost it for a second before it got into his glove.
It's the first thing in every coaching manual, isn't it? Teaching them how to play the outfield. Keep those feet moving under the baseball because you don't know when something like that is going to happen.
Yeah, a bit of backspin, a bit of wind, and
Squeezed it in the end.
did. Made the out for out number 1, and we'll see if we can get a ground ball here off the bat of Colm Sheehan, who's heavily involved in that first inning attack from from Cronulla, and they got the 2 runs. Maybe it's a response to giving up runs in the first inning. They responded with 13 against MacArthur a fortnight ago. I mean, they didn't respond in the first inning, but they certainly did in the second. 2 of probably the highest scoring innings in all of State League, I would think, this year. And that one also missing. TK was a little bit confused as to where that pitch was.
When you set up on the inside as a catcher and you're moving to your right to take it, generally
Still looked like a good pitch, though.
it looked like a very good pitch.
Maybe Brandon Lee just confused, and that looked like it was in a very similar location. So 3-1 here for Colm Sheehan. Singleton scored back in the first. And that is on the outside corner, so count runs full for the Cronulla catcher. What's Clarkey got here? Ground ball hit to the third baseman. Timmy Farrell gets underneath. Sheen picks up his second hit, and Jackson Taylor runs past the ball. He recovers, though, in time to keep Sheen at second. And just a little lapse in concentration there by Jackson Taylor. Maybe thinking he was having a chance on Kavanagh at third.
That was a little slip from Taylor. Left field as well. Didn't cost him in the end, but really just got to be careful that don't leave the door open for Cronulla. It's a big lead they've got. Don't want to make it close after putting 9 runs on the board in an inning.
You think with a 7-run lead,
It's more about rewarding your pitcher as well. Connor Clark has thrown a really good game and he's not had a lot of help from his infield.
but it's just not a mistake you want to be making in a 7-run lead. This is when you still got to go out with the same mentality that it's a 1-run ball game. Keep it tidy. I mean, it's now an error charged to him. Second Manly error on the day. Still got to go out and play high percentage baseball even with the lead. It's what they did a fortnight ago.
Yep.
They scored 13 runs and they still tacked on 9 after that. They could have been forgiven for not going and scoring another run, but they kept attacking. They kept scoring runs. They didn't take the foot off. On the ground, 2-ball, Aiden Patterson to Kane Fluke, and over to the first baseman, Will Tibbett. And that's how you get it. The double play to end the inning. They strand Kavanagh at third, and they'll take their 9-2 lead into the bottom half of the inning. 2, 1. On. Timmy Fail lit us off here, Alex, and we're just talking before about not taking the foot off the throttle. See if they can get some tack-on runs here and really put this game to bed early and just keep playing that 1% baseball the rest of the way.
Well, we talked about the way the infield hadn't really supported Connor Clark. A beautiful double play turn to end the second. Suddenly you're in a very comfortable situation. You're about just shy of an hour into this one. Suddenly everything's just looking a little bit more comfortable.
Checks his swing. 1-1 there for Timmy Fail. Played his 150th game a fortnight ago. Maybe it was 3 weeks ago. They might have been the game before the long weekend. 150 club games for Timmy Fail between all 3 grades. Spent a bit of time playing overseas before coming back 3 seasons ago. So ground out here to start the bottom of the third.
See what Daniel Cummings can put together now, having come in a really difficult spot, middle of the lineup, who finding some heat in their bats. Tidy start to this second inning. It's actually the middle of the Manly lineup that's done the most damage so far today, Luke.
Bottom half, mate. Will Tibbett, Adam O'Neill, and TK. They're the big destroyers there. They 4 for 4 with 5 runs and 7 RBI. In that 5, 6, 7 part of the lineup.
Makes you think Flew will be keen to swing the bat a little bit here. 2 walks today. Which always looks good on the stat sheet, but a little less satisfying as a hitter.
It's not a happy hunting ground for Daniel Cummings. And the last time Cronulla came, he might even have been last year. He's in a similar role, coming in to clean it up after an explosive first inning. I think it was in a first grade game on a Wednesday night. And he came out and he did. He shut down, put up some zeros and kept a one-sided scoreline where it was when he came into the game. 3-0 here to Kane Flew. Umpire just put up 3 fingers. See what he does here.
3-1, I think, Luke. I think they'll be full now.
There you go.
We're going to sit here arguing about council all afternoon.
That one lifted. And nice running grab by Callan Murrum in centre field.
Looked as though the wind took that a little. No, that's a lefty, so it's going to tail away from him.
Yep.
In any case, but I think the wind might have given that a little bit of help as well. That's a good piece of play in centre field. Make that catch. Covered a lot of ground, as you said.
Yeah, I think the wind was definitely assisting it there. It was a long run by Marin. We saw Josh King take a good catch of similar ilk in the 8th inning to record the first out there. Oh, and there goes camera 4. We'll have to run. We'll get that in a second. We'll get that in between innings. Oh, actually, no, we need to get it now. Yeah, you go down and get that, mate, and I'll keep us going. Jackson Taylor's just fouled that ball off right at our camera 4, which is our main shot at the moment, with the wind just causing problems with our centre field camera. Top of the zone, taken for a ball. Got all the angles covered here at Aquatic Ballpark. Two and 1 here to Jackson Taylor. It was Taylor who had the little misplay in left field that just gave Cronulla a bit of an opportunity in the first. Cummings missing with that one, 3-1. He's looking to get his side out of this. Outside. See, I know that is 3-1, but Nobody seems to think so. It'll be 3-1 now. And I was having such a good run of getting the count right. Lifted that one, that'll get out of play. Count runs full, 2 out. 30 pitches now. 31 in fact for Cummings. After coming in and taking over for Lewis Mercia in the bottom of the second. And one pulled left side, Mulfield back. Can't glove it clean. Still made a reasonable throw, but it was too reasonable. It was over reasonable. And Jackson Taylor's going to reach on an error. First one that'll be charged to Cronulla here as Manly extend the bottom of the third.
That's another one. Looked like a pretty regulation ground ball. Perhaps fumbling a little on the transfer and then a high throw, which gave Angel no chance, did it?
Just got that last little in-between bounce. Maybe took his eyes off the ball to try and check the runner to work out how quick he needed to make his transfer. It was a toughish play in the backhand in the hole.
He's been so tidy with his work today at shortstop Mulvihill. Thinking that Taylor, this guy who's got a bit of speed down the first baseline as well.
Yeah, maybe just had a bit of a peek. And again, we're talking about the 1%ers, just making sure of every play. That one's in there for a called strike. 2-1 here to Will Tibbett, who's 1 for 1 today. He's at the top of that list, the destruction list. It was him and Adam O'Neill that got it started for Manly in the second. He's going to try and extend it here and keep that 5, 6, 7 part of the order perfect. This time to Kavanagh at second, and no error made there. He gets it over to first, and they get out of the inning without Manly adding to the scoreboard. It's 9-2 as we head to the fourth. Mitch Driver to lead things off for Cronulla here, trailing 9-2 in the top of the fourth. And that's where Mitch Driver went last time. He's 2 for 2 today. Back in the State League after a 4-year college career.
I think he would have seen that as a little bit of a lollipop lollipop. I'll get that word out as well, Luke. Like Connor
Use your
Clark
words.
just throwing a bit of a get-me over to start this top of the fourth, and not the player to do that to.
Tried to sneak one past.
That's a
Oh,
great throw.
almost.
Almost at him.
Almost. The helmet came off the driver halfway down. It almost looked like he stopped. Driver going on first move. Straight away, no messing around.
They're not planning to do it one at a time, Cronulla.
Wonder if he was being held on there over at first. I didn't quite notice. 9-2, yeah, not quite a 10-run margin, but still plenty of baseball to be played. That one down in the zone.
Well, thinking from a Cronulla point of view, you're right, Luke, that if he wasn't being held on, go for your life, get in scoring position. That run could come in handy, but they're going to need the bats to come alive before base running makes any sort of impact in this ball game.
Daniel Cummings walks. Just give Cronulla a couple of base runners. And we've got a pinch hitter. We've got Ryland Angel due up, but looks like it's going to be the left-hander wearing jersey 12.
It's a little bit of a hold here as everyone
Just trying to work
gets
out
ready for the pitch hitter. Looked like the umpire was taking his time getting ready for him as well.
Trying to work out where to find his name from, I guess. Making sure he's on the lineup.
First pitch is outside to him.
Well, Game Changer beat me to it. It's Oscar Bogus.
Coming up playing his second game today.
And I found the spreadsheet I was looking for. There you go. Of course, I'd folded it away. So Oscar Bogus, the new hitter for Cronulla. If I had have just gone to the team list on the graphics, I would have found it as well if I just had it on number 12. There he is, Oscar Bogus. He's going to take over at first base. Swing and a miss. Behind on the count now, 1-2.
Clark's off so good for him there. Beaten by a high fastball. With your best stuff, Connor Clark in a big spot here for Cronulla. This is a chance to knock in a couple with nobody out. August now on a 2-strike count.
Clark goes too far in. See how deep Timmy Clark goes with Connor Clark here. No relation, of course. And it's like corner. Feels the count at 3-2, so nobody out, 3-2.
Two waste pitches there from Connor. It went really challenging. Boggess is going to throw his best stuff again.
Ash Roberts was loosening
And he
a little
got
while
him.
ago, yeah.
Hit
Thought
his
he'd drawn
spot.
the walk. Looks back at the umpire, but that is just strike 3 without a doubt.
That wasn't catching the corner. That was covering it.
You could almost say it was right down the middle. So the pinch hitter down on strikes. And another pinch hitter. Mercia's afternoon is done after struggling on the mound. Couldn't get out of the second. And he's going to be pinch hit for. Was that number 73?
75.
Looks like Nathan Pays out of third grade. Started today's game in third grade, normally in the under 18s. So Pays will pinch hit here. Try and drive in some runs for Cronulla. First pitch is down and away for ball one. First appearance in second grade for Pays. Runners take off. Throws too high. The pitch was high, rather. Driver's into third, and Kudranchik will have his first throwing error. As Cronulla get a run on the board. So no one in the pen for Manly. Maybe Ash Roberts is ready to go. Connor Clark maybe feeling a little bit of the effects of the long Manly batting inning. Top of the zone, just missing. Just needs to go back to what was working earlier. This is where you can afford to attack the zone, mate.
Exactly right.
Get them to roll over, pop up. If they start finding gaps, then make small adjustments.
I think that's going to be it for him. Tim Clark saying the same thing you and I are up here, Luke. Perhaps the control is going a little bit with fatigue.
Yeah, the bench hasn't moved yet, so it might just be a chat just to calm him down. Michael O'Neill in the dugout as well this year for second grade, helping Timmy Clark out after Aki Iijima returned to Japan, who was Timmy Clark's right-hand man last year in second grade. Timmy just out there to have a chat with Connor, get him to take his breath. Not sure who they'd have available to throw in second grade. Maybe Adam O'Neill. Hasn't thrown a heap. Well, hasn't thrown hardly any of the last few years due to shoulder injuries. But has been trying to get back on the mound.
It's a good experience getter for a young pitcher as well. Having some struggles. Can you get out of this inning? Particularly with Cronulla keen to run. Going to score another.
So Cronulla using their youth and their speed to take opportunities with base runners. James Peel could also be an option. I think he only threw a handful of pitches to close out the under-18s game, so he'll only have a short assignment available, which will be 30 pitches. That one's popped up. Be a long run if someone's going to catch it, but we'll get over there.